Hey everyone, thank you for joining us for the Call Me Natty podcast. We will be on YouTube for our video podcast, and we will also be on Spotify and Apple Podcasts as well. Thank you for joining us and enjoy the show. Welcome back to the Call Me Natty podcast. It has been quite a bit of a stint, but we are back, and we are in a new studio. / my house, and I think it looks a lot better.
Yeah, we're liking the new look. I think we had too much blue last time.
Very blue. We were looking at it the other day when we took everything down. I was like, God, this room is blue as crap.
Yeah, so.
But yeah, we got the nice tricorn slate black over here.
Yep.
But everything's looking pretty good, and we're happy with it. But things are gonna finished. Yeah, we're not finished. We're gonna have a nice little table and some other stuff. But we are back, and we are so glad to be back. Starting off, definitely got burnt out for a quick little bit, but happy to be back on doing it now because we love bodybuilding. We love our podcast, and we love talking bodybuilding podcasts. So there you go.
Yeah. Here's what we could start off with, actually. We could start off with, since we haven't really talked about anything, we could start off with us, what we're doing. And our bodybuilding careers.
I like that. We never really talk about us.
Yeah, so since it's been a while, we'll catch you up on us first, and then we'll go into the subjects of what we had planned.
You want to go first?
Oh, yeah. So, currently, I don't have any show in mind, but we're still in the same goals we were last time, and our goal is 270 pounds before we start a prep, and we are starting our second push, and we are currently up to 258.
Yikes.
0.3. Big boy. We're eating a lot of food.
Yes, that's a lot.
Like a whole box of cereal post-workout.
Really?
Yeah, it's
I wish.
Pretty crazy. Family size.
I don't get that at all. I get fish and rice.
Ew. Anyways, my coach, Christian Simmons, which we hope to have him on soon. That would be great.
Definitely going to be a guest on the show.
Look at this. We got another seat right here.
You are going to have to wedge in there, though, because you are big.
Christian's not that big. He can fit right there pretty easily.
He's going to fight you on that one.
Yeah. Sorry, Christian. But no, we got plenty of room, man, and we got room for another mic. Everything's going to work out perfect.
Yeah.
So we're going to start having guests eventually. But, yeah, Christian Simmons and I have started the second big push, and this will be the last push we do before we start competition prep.
Sweet.
He did tell me today I have to get to 270. But I don't think that's going to be an issue.
That's 12 pounds.
Yeah, climbing very fast.
I know.
So.
I say that like it's only 12 pounds.
It's only 12 pounds. Like I haven't gained 100 pounds already.
Yeah. What did you start with? You were like 230 something?
Start with
Christian.
Like this? Oh, with Christian, yeah. So when I started with Christian, which was 5 months ago.
5 months?
Yeah.
Holy
5 months ago, I was 234, and right now I'm 258.
What?
Yeah, I have a picture. I'll send it.
I know that's not like I'm sure somebody's like, yeah, I've done that before. It's like that's a lot of weight to put on your body so quickly.
And it's honestly like it's pretty close to the same body fat percentage. I'll send you a picture and pop it up here. It's pretty significant, but yeah. So that's me. Sometime competing early next year, and hopefully, who knows? Next year might be the year we go for a pro card seriously for the first time.
That'd be nice.
Yep.
That'd be nice. Definitely be there for that.
The size is coming, and that's what I needed. So.
Yeah, he's got a big frame, so you got to fill it out.
Got to grow my calf.
Same with myself. So I am actually on my third phase of my final heavy push. I have a show coming in December. It is the Texas. Don't remember the name. Texas Classic, I think that's what it is. Sorry, and it's in Irving. And we may, my coach, who is Matt Grego, some of you probably know him. He's blown up over the last couple of years.
Some of you may know him by Alex Eubanks' coach.
Yes, he is coaching Alex Eubanks now. He's big in with Raw Gear and all those guys, so it's like he's just the dude's catching clients left and right, and he's just turning into a millionaire overnight. It's crazy. I mean, I'm props to him. Like he's a fantastic coach.
He is
very smart guy.
And he transformed me in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Pretty crazy.
Very smart guy. I'll give you this. The guy as a coach is extremely detailed and wants to see you do well.
Absolutely.
Like, the guy just got off of, I just had two, I think it was either 2 or 3. I think it was 2 at the same show, teammates who were doing the same show together, and they said he was backstage darting left and right from the stage trying to talk to each one of them because they were in 2 different classes, and making sure they were all dialed in, and they were peeled. And I think Nestor, I got to make sure I'm saying his name, Vargas. He might be, I think he's going for his pro card, so he'll be the second pro. If he wins, he'll be the second pro under his training in a year. So yeah, so we'll do that. I'm up to 242 or 242 and a half. And then so I'm hoping to be at least 200 pounds when I step on stage this year. I was 193 last year, or when my first show, so I'm hoping to at least put on some serious size. He's happy with the progress, so we'll see when stage time comes. But other than that, that's us. So we are, like I said, we're glad to be back doing the podcast. I'm actually very glad we're doing it again, because I actually did start to miss this a lot.
Yeah, I missed it.
Because this was like very fun to do. But we are going to not hold you up anymore, because this is not about us. We're going to jump right into it, and we got a few subjects today. The first one, Mr. Chase went on a fun little trip out to the 40th.
Okay, so what it was I'm sure a lot of you have heard of the company called Better Bodies, or GASP. They're one and the same. They had their 40th anniversary for Better Bodies, and so they had this week-long event in Dallas, Texas, at their gym, Destination Dallas.
That's a sick gym, too.
It was pretty awesome, and me and Jason Hebert, Jason's sponsored by GASP, so we actually went up there and spent the whole week, and it was, honestly, that was like the best trip I've ever taken in my life. That was like every bodybuilder's dream. But it was a pretty awesome trip. Like, I knew like we would get to meet like some other guys that were sponsored by GAS, like some big name bodybuilders, but I didn't think we would be like legitimately hanging out with them every day. Like literally one day we went to the Fort Worth Stockyards, and then they were like, yeah, we're going to take everybody to lunch at this steakhouse. And it was a Stockyards steakhouse, which obviously they have good steak because it's the Stockyards. That's where they get their steak from. So, and it wasn't cheap either. And Gasp literally paid for everyone's meal. And I got the opportunity to sit right in front of Sean Clarita, Mr. Olympia 212 division.
It's not every day you do that.
No, not at all. And he was literally sitting right in front of him. Jason was right there. There's this one picture that they took where it was just Olympians all around me. It was really cool. Like one day we went to the range and just shotguns the whole time at Branch Warren's ranch. That dude is awesome, by the way. If you ever get a chance to meet Branch Warren, just stop and talk to him. He would love to talk to you. Like, he talks to everyone and treats everyone like he's your friend. Like, he looks at everyone the same. Like, everyone's the same. Like, he's known you for the last 10 years of your life. He's a really cool guy. That's and cool. He kind of made everyone feel at home at his ranch. He made everyone food, and, like, I mean, it was pretty awesome because it's fun if you get to do those things alone or whatever, but when you're around like such a good group of people, like literally there was like this table where they were loading ammo, and I was asked if they need some help, and he's like, oh yeah, sure. So like a few other people came over, so it's literally me, I'm loading ammo right here. Who was beside me? What was that? Derek Lunsford was right here. Brett Wilkin was at the end of the table. Hunter Labrado was right there, and then Branch Warren right on the other side of them, and we're just sitting here loading ammo on this table and just talking about BS. And it was
2,000 pounds of mass.
Yeah, I was just like
just standing there.
Like, I was definitely the tallest one at this event, but not even close to the biggest.
Oh, I saw the somebody did I want to say it was Gasp itself. They did like an Instagram reel or an Instagram story, and all I see is you see Clarita, there's Hunter Labrada, I think Branch Warren standing at the front, and then it just scrolling past, and then you just see head coming out of the frame, and it's this guy standing there with his food bag. I was like, holy crap. He was literally like a foot and a half taller than every single person there.
Yeah.
But like you said,
Yeah, it was
Maybe not the biggest, but
no,
definitely the
not
tallest.
biggest. And training in that gym would have been really like training in that gym every day would have been really difficult, but the atmosphere is honestly unexplainable.
Isn't it the warehouse, like for shipping and
Yeah,
everything?
it's Gasp and Better Bodies warehouse too.
That's so dope.
So yeah, literally their warehouse is right there. They have this huge office like with cubicles and stuff in it, but then they also have this section, they call it their lounge, or they call it the coffee shop, I think is what they call it. They literally have like 6 couches. That's where they shot the bro chat that one time where they were sitting in the
really?
chat. Yeah.
Oh, sick.
That was at Destination Dallas. So
That's dope.
but it's just like this, they call it the coffee shop, and it's just like this huge thing. It has like 6 couches, and everybody after their workout goes in there and like chills out for a little while.
You get off of work.
But,
I got to get off my shift. All right.
Yep. So
immediately start lifting.
honestly, one of the best parts about that whole trip was meeting Guy Cisternino.
Really?
That dude is
guy.
yeah, he is hilarious, man. Like we actually got to spend a lot of time with him because he actually likes Jason a lot. So every time he saw us, he would.
Are they like buddy?
Yeah, they've like done a few workouts together, and he keeps up with Jason a lot. And Jason competed against him and actually beat him.
Oh dang!
So yeah, this is a few years ago. I think Jason. I think it may have been Jason's pro debut. He beat him.
Really?
Yeah, but he did beat. I know he did beat Guy Cisternino, so he didn't really let that one down. But yeah, Guy really he likes Jason, so he would like come over to us whenever he saw us, and he asked me a ton of questions about me, like when I was competing and all this stuff, and he was super cool, man. But he was so funny. Everything he said was hilarious. Like I don't know, it was just like he didn't even have to try, and he was just hilarious.
See, that's what I actually really like about this sport, and I know it's like you could do it for any sport.
The community of bodybuilding.
It's not like pro football or baseball where it's like somebody who's just coming up to you and it's like, they're not like, and I'm not saying they don't do this. Like I know a lot of pro athletes are very invested into talking to people, meet and greets, and all that kind of stuff, but it's like. I'm going to be careful how I say this.
You can tell a lot of times that people are being sincere.
Yes.
And they're being genuine.
Yes.
And then also when people are just doing it because they feel like they should.
Yeah.
So in bodybuilding, what I've come across a lot is like, they always say don't meet your hero and all that. But like every time I've met someone, even like C-Bum, I've met C-Bum, everyone I've met someone in the bodybuilding community, for the most part, they were all like super cool and treated you equally.
And I want to. The point I was going to make is because I feel like they understand. It's like, oh, I was where you were.
Exactly.
It's not like a pro basketball player or something, but being like, hey man, I'm playing pickup leagues here, and they're just like, okay, cool. Where it's like, hey, I'm doing my first bodybuilding show, and they're like, dude, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Because I remember my first one. I'm telling you, that you need to. And who knows? They could be like, you need to focus on this.
Yeah.
Keep your nerves. The whole thing. And it's like. Bodybuilders, I feel like how you're saying it's like they're definitely more genuine and take their time with people because they know it's like, I was there.
Well, a lot of times it's because I think I heard Guy mention this before too, like in one of his podcasts. A lot of times it's because they met one of their idols or mentors, something like that someone that they looked up to, and they did the same thing, and they realized how much motivation and help that gave them. But yeah, also shout out to Michael, the owner of Better Bodies and Gasp.
Shout out.
Yeah, because he was the man. That dude literally walked in the gym, and Jason went and said hey to him, and he shook my hand, asked me who I was, where I was from, like wanted to know everything about me, and was like, why aren't you wearing Better Bodies? It's like, we got to get you a Better Bodies.
Are you sponsored?
Like, yeah, he's like,
you know what? Here's a contract.
So he was like, why aren't you wearing Better? So I went and got me a Better Bodies shirt, and he like helped me get it and everything, and it was super awesome. And we went to his house for what they called the birthday party for the 40th anniversary, and he literally, I'm not even joking, he himself grilled like 200 filet mignons. He made me eat 2 of them. He's like, you need to grow, don't you? And so he's really,
we're gonna sponsor you. You need to be bigger.
So he made me go grab a plate, and then he put like 2 steaks on my plate and was like, yeah, you need to eat this to grow. And I was like, okay, I'll eat them. And they were delicious. But
Like, I'm never gonna shoo away a steak by anybody from anybody.
It was, well, I was already stuffed from eating everything else they had, but it was delicious. And okay, so they're from Sweden.
Yeah.
So he actually, this is pretty cool. He was like, didn't like want to cater or anything or like get it from a restaurant or even hire somebody. He flew his 2 chefs from Sweden to Dallas and said, "Hey, can y'all come here for this week? I got a lot of stuff."
What
that
a
needs to be
flex!
cooked." Yeah, so he flew them to the Dallas from Sweden and housed them, and was like, "Hey, I need all this stuff cooked." So everything we had was like prepared by a chef.
Oh, so he's got money.
Yeah,
Okay,
this
gotcha,
dude. I think he had money before Gasp. That's the thing. So, yeah, so
let me fly my 2 chefs, buddy. You know who my 2 chefs are? Right and left. This is what I'm cooking with right here.
So everything they made was absolutely delicious. They had at the end they had this big tomahawk ribeye.
Oh, did they?
They had like 6 of them actually,
dude.
and they looked so good. I didn't get a piece of that because I was already stuffed. Man, I literally couldn't have eaten anything else. But then after dinner they had like this ice bath. Didn't mean to say that. Ice bath challenge, and like see who could sit in it the longest and stuff. It was pretty cool. Yeah, I didn't do that, but no, it was a really good trip overall. I think
that's cool.
Some takeaways from that would be like,
that's definitely not once in a lifetime, but it's like the fact that you got to go
for me. Yeah,
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
For me, that was pretty awesome. Like, and thank you, Jason, for letting me come along and
shout out
and putting up with me for a week. Actually, it wasn't. We got along great.
Well, that's good. That's what's up.
So, but yeah, so hopefully. I hope to be a part of something like, and the owner actually messaged me and was like, "Hey man, thanks for coming out and thanks for all the support. I hope you enjoyed everything." He messaged me on Instagram, so I was like, "Man, I would love to be a part of something like this." And he was pretty much like acting like I already was. So I was like, well. But I want to try to get on with them because I really just want to be a part of like something like that because there's not many companies that will treat their ambassadors or athletes like that,
and especially like you're saying to be there for just to hang out and hang for the weekend and then be like, feel like, am I a part of this place or what am I doing?
And everyone treated me like I belonged there. Like, there was a few people who were literally just like tagging along for fun. Like they had no, like we're not sponsored, like nothing. We're just tagging along for fun. And they treated them just like they treated Sean Clarita and Derek Lunsford. So it was pretty cool. But, yeah, they, The only thing I would say I would take away from that trip is to always be like as genuine of a person that I can be and shed as much knowledge on everyone that are like share everything that I have learned with other upcoming bodybuilders and competitors and really anyone who wants to know anything about fitness. So
now we're going to jump subjects. We're going to jump a subject here. Mr. Jesse James West hit his first I believe this was his first show?
Yep. First competition ever.
First competition ever.
Natty. He was natty.
Yep. Wow, I didn't know that.
So I have a good insight on this because I actually know his results and he hasn't even posted them yet. Oh, Greg Doucette. He exposed him.
Oh.
I think he did it accidentally.
Oh, Greg.
Let me find it real quick because.
Well, I'm gonna pop this up.
Yeah,
Jesse, so he did classic, and I want to say, did he also do men's physique as well?
He did classic.
I was gonna say I saw his post, but I don't see any of his stage shots yet, or if he posted.
Well, he hasn't posted. He has a lot of information to go through.
Yeah, I saw his story for when he put him up.
Yeah,
and let me just say this, Jesse is definitely a guy who's very gifted. He's got a really aesthetic, pleasing physique, got a really good core, great shape to his core too. Like it just looks very, I mean, like I said, it's very aesthetic, it's very pleasing to look at. But however, for his first show, he looked good. But obviously, and just from the shots I've seen and just from these like few that I'll pop up here, obviously for classic needs a lot more sides.
Absolutely.
He just that's not even like a downplay. You know, it's like, hey, you just need size.
Hey, you remember how you said we were going to be like tough whenever we came back to the podcast? Like we're not going to leave any doors closed.
Yeah. Okay.
I got a good one now.
Okay. Well, he definitely, and I'm gonna now. This would be mine. Conditioning was not there.
Absolutely not. But here's the thing.
Not.
Here's the thing. You have to. This is why I said I have some insight. He decided 30 days away from this show that he was going to do this show. 30 days.
Oh wow, really?
Yeah. That's what.
Well, he stays pretty lean all the time, but
he does.
Still, 4 weeks is not enough.
No, 4 weeks is like.
I don't care. You got to be like Joe Aesthetics if you're going to do something like that.
Yeah, and Joe Aesthetics doesn't even have to prep. He can just walk on stage.
Yeah, he's lean 24/7. But
he's a freak of nature.
I don't get that. It's like, I mean, I get it, but at the same time, it's like, man, that would make me so nervous to be like, you know what? Nah, I'm going to do the show. I can get ready. It's like,
yeah. Well, I think he really just was like, well, the show's coming up. I just want to do it, and it'll make good content. I think that's really what he was going for.
Oh, I'm sure.
And you know how many people shared that one post where he was like 10 days out or whatever, the first one he made, where he said, like everyone thought he was joking.
Let me see.
But it kind of blew up.
Because I know he's also doing a.
When he was like 10 days out.
He was doing a video, like a prep files, whole video thing for this show he did.
Well, so I don't want to get into this until after we say the results and what happened. Look, Jesse looked great. That's probably the best his physique's ever looked. And that's your goal, every bodybuilding competition or any point in the timeline to where you say, I want to look the best I've ever looked. That's the whole point.
Yeah.
Every time, right? Then you can always get better.
Yeah,
Jesse's a natural bodybuilder.
It's not out right now.
What?
Hey, he said something about posting his
No, it's not
video
out.
drop.
He hasn't announced, but I have a text message right here from him to Greg Doucette, and it says the results. But my point is the goal is to look the best, to have the best physique you have ever had. And here we go. Nick Trigili made a video on him saying that Jesse James West bombed his bodybuilding show. For one, he didn't even know the results. He just assumed that because he hadn't posted anything. Do you realize how much content this guy has and I did confirm from Greg, he does edit all his content himself. He does all his editing himself.
That's rough.
Yeah. So he does have his videographer that helps him every now and then, but he likes to edit the talking, so he pretty much edits his whole video himself.
Yeah. That's all. Hey, I'm going to tell you right now, I do editing not only for this, but as my actual job, doing that, and especially the amount of content that he probably pushes out between
it's 3 videos a week.
TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, whatever else, I think he's also on a podcast sometime. I think he's been on Raw Talk.
Oh, he's about to start his own podcast.
Or he's about to start his own podcast. So that right there is like, that is a ton of work. I don't care what anybody, even if you're doing like kind of the same video, you still have to get it. You still have to get each video ready for its social media platform. And it's just like, obviously you don't want to do the exact same thing, but that's a ton of work to just constantly, let me shoot this, edit, shoot, edit, shoot. You're in like this cycling whirlwind of like content.
Yeah. So if, honestly, I don't want you to go watch the video because I don't want Nick Trigili to get any more views for this video. But the way he talks about him is just like so negative, and like this is not supposed to be a negative sport. And Nick Trigili just brings a lot of negativity into the bodybuilding world. You should watch the video because
I haven't seen it, so I can't say. I actually like Nick.
Well, you're not going to after I tell you what he says.
Like I've liked his other stuff because I will say this, and granted, we are gonna have some bad takes. He may have just had a bad take.
Well,
but to get called out on it is totally fine because I know he's called out some people for some stupidity as well.
Yeah,
but. Well, I'll watch it before I say anything.
Here's the thing. I'm going to tell you Jesse's results, and then I'll tell you what Nick Trigili said. So, for one, Nick Trigili is wrong. He did not bomb his first show. He actually did really good. So
he looked pretty good.
He did.
Like I said, conditioning can be always better. He wasn't the best on stage. He wasn't the biggest. He wasn't the most peeled. But it was like, for a first, especially in classic, like me.
For one, have you even seen comparisons?
No.
Okay.
I only saw I saw one guy somebody made a video because it was on TikTok of it's like, oh, you're going up against Jesse, you're gonna lose, good luck, and then it shows that him beating him, and this other guy looked really good, like he had crazy big vacuum, like one of the like it was just like a turtle shell, so perfect. Pretty good conditioning. Now he could use more size as well, but that was the only person I saw, but there was no like picture side by side of anything yet.
So here's his placings. He got 4th overall in Men's Physique Open.
How many people were in the show?
I don't know.
Okay.
That's what I don't know. But still, overall.
Yeah,
so that means he won his class, and then he got 4th.
Yeah.
So there was at least A, B, C, and D.
Yeah.
So 3rd, Men's Physique Novice. Not bad.
Okay.
And then 5th, Classic Physique Novice. So that's not bad.
Top 5. I mean, like, granted, don't know how many people were in the show, or at least
it wasn't a small show, so it's like,
yeah,
it's a big name show. So I doubt there were. I mean, I'm highly.
I'm
pretty positive
stacked,
there was
but
more
it
than
wasn't
5
like
people.
it wasn't just I'll do a show a week out type of guy. It's like that is a respectable placing to do for your first one.
Exactly. So Nick Trigili's wrong. He did not bomb his first show. And the other thing that Nick Trigili said is that if you're gonna do NPC, you have to take steroids.
No,
I did not like that at all. That did not say anything good about our sport at all.
No. You don't have to.
He was like, he looked natural. It's like, because he is natural.
Yeah.
And honestly, like, but here's the thing. There are a lot of people who take steroids and don't look anywhere close to Jesse James West.
They look like garbage.
Exactly. So it's like, even with that, you still have to have hard work ethic, whatever. The thing is he was really like discrediting Jesse's, like the dude only prepped for 30 days, and maybe he's doing that because he knows Jesse's not like a serious competitor. Like Jesse probably did do it more for the content side of things, which there's nothing wrong with that at all. It's not like he went up there and danced on stage.
That's gonna make him money.
Exactly. So it's like it's not like he went up there and like took it as a joke. Like he went up there, he did what he was supposed to do, and he got whatever. So it's like I hated how he was like, you have to take steroids if you're going to compete in NPC.
All right, so I will agree with that. Granted, I do need to watch the video. Do you have it?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we'll just throw it up.
NPC, you got to go enhanced. There's just no other way. You have to be on PEDs to be competitive. You need a lot of juice. I didn't know Jesse was doing a show. One of my subscribers on here, did you know Jesse's competing? And I was like, no, dude, I had no idea. I mean, let's be honest here. You can't be natural and compete in the NPC IB Pro League. I mean, you can, but you're gonna get smoked.
This is bullshit. Obviously, it's going to be harder, going to take longer, but if you have amazing genetics, you can in fact do extremely well in the NPC, possibly even turn pro without the aid of performance-enhancing drugs.
From my subscriber that saw him at the show, he said he was in the second call out, which listen, still isn't that bad, but once you see the lineup, you're gonna see like, oh, okay, yeah, Jesse's a lot smaller than these guys, but he was pretty ripped. But you can tell he has a natural physique because his legs aren't as hard, his muscles not as dense, and also the kid's very young.
He got in the second call out in one category, sure, but let's see from Jesse himself how he actually plays. Got 4th overall in Men's Physique Open. 4th overall. Think of it, does that sound bad? Men's Physique in the Open division. Not novice, Open, it's his first show. He's 22 years old. He died it for 30 days. To me, that is not bombing your first show. That is doing exceedingly well. Top 5 first show Open division as a natural athlete against people who can take anything they want. 3rd.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, all right, from
there's
that
a
short
lot of
little
other
clip,
things.
yeah, I'll watch the full one. But
you gotta
even
watch
from
his
that,
video.
even from that right there is like, I'm gonna have to definitely disagree with Nick on that one. You don't have to be juiced. Now,
even in the NPC,
even
will
in
it help?
NPC,
Yes.
Yes.
Do you have to do it? No.
Yeah.
Will it take longer time? Probably so.
100%. But there are some guys, and these are those guys that are just freak of natures. There are some of those guys who are just gifted in their.
There's a few people that we know for a fact have turned pro natural. One of those is Keon.
Yeah.
He turned pro natural. He just had crazy genetics. And it happened.
Now, is Nick wrong in the sense of like, is it absolutely necessary to compete? No,
No.
it is not.
Not at all.
It is not necessary to necessarily win either. Now, granted, like you said, does it help? Of course. Especially if you don't know how it affects your body. If you're a hyper responder and you just freaking, whoa,
you can
what the
blow
heck? It's like, yeah, then you have way better advantage to win or do better, but you can't sit there and say, yeah, like I have to agree with you on that. It's like that kind of just makes the sport look like I know we talk about OCB sometimes, but it's like I have to respect OCB in the form of like
Absolutely.
they're like, no, I'm just gonna do this with food, sleep, and water. How I'm supposed to do it, and just go from there. And it's like, hey, some of those guys look immensely better than some NPC guys.
Absolutely.
Like I don't know if you've looked at like professional OCB guys. Now, obviously, not all of them, but there's a select group that you can look at and you're like, are you sure they're not on PEDs of any kind? It's like some of those guys are just gifted.
Which honestly, I don't even want to get into the OCB.
I know. I was just bringing up for that instance. But yeah, Nick, I'm sorry. You're wrong on that one. You don't have to have gear. You don't have to. Now, does it help? Yes, 100%. But you don't have to do anything. Jesse looked good. Like from these photos.
He looked awesome, man.
Do you know how many guys would want to look like this, even on gear?
Yeah, that's the part that I'm getting to. Is like I personally know several people who are on gear that don't look anywhere close to Jesse James West.
And I've heard it from I don't even know a handful of people. It was like, oh yeah, dude, a ton of people. Most of the people who you know, who are probably who are in the weight room, who may have some strength to them, is like who are on gear. They look like garbage, and you know why? Because they don't rest. They don't drink plenty of water. To be honest, a lot of people drink while on gear. And it's like, what are you doing?
Yeah, they don't even diet.
No diet, doesn't stick to a diet plan. Training, and I get it. It's like, poop. Oh man, I don't have the money for a coach. Or it's like, there's a small thing called the internet, and it's free.
Absolutely.
Well,
and if you don't have money for a coach, you definitely shouldn't be buying gear.
Oh heck no. Unless you just, oh yeah, I'm friends with Jay Cutler, and he said, yeah, I'll help you out anytime. Like,
if you're friends with Jay Cutler, he should be your coach.
Yeah, there's no reason to say something like that. And like I said, I'm not gonna hold this one over Nick. I'm just gonna disagree because it'd just be a bad take. Because I think Jesse, especially here, he looks good. The stage shot he put up, yeah, it's like, yeah, he could definitely use more conditioning. He was a little soft in the legs, but for a 30-day prep, are you kidding? When I started my prep, now granted, I was a lot fatter and full of water than this guy, but through my first 30 days, brother, I would have been so embarrassed to step on stage, especially in classic. Oh, Lord, no.
Yeah, show your legs.
Yeah, it's like you see a lot of guys who are like, who don't hold, like I hold in my stomach. I hold in my love handles. He holds in his back. He doesn't hold in front. My back gets absolutely laser peeled. Do you think I would step on stage with legs looking like mashed potatoes and just being like, this is me?
Some people that do.
And hey,
there's some people that are on PEDs and still do that.
Yes, that is very true. But I think that's a bad take, Nick. I think that's just a really bad take.
We get what you're saying.
Yeah,
we understand what you're saying.
I 100% understand it, but to say it how you presented it is just kind of like.
I think Jesse's going to be a little mad that Greg shared his results before he got to.
Probably.
He's probably.
But that's Greg. Greg is like.
Yeah, he's like.
Greg is like the investigator.
You sent it to me, so it's for the internet.
Greg is the investigator of the bodybuilding industry.
Yeah,
like he
seems
literally.
like it.
He is the guy. But no, I think Jesse looked very good for his first show. And here's the other thing: he's competing in not only men's novice, men's open, and class. That's a lot.
Yeah, I think
that is a lot.
He just did classic novice though.
Oh,
he didn't do classic open.
Oh, okay.
From that text message is what it looked like.
But even that, just doing 2 different divisions, that's rough.
Going up on stage twice is rough.
I did 3 categories, and when I did my first show, oh my gosh,
a lot of posing.
I almost cramped so hard. Like I was probably 2 seconds away from just like busting over because I was just starting to just clinch.
At least you didn't do what I did. Had to go up for comparisons. Then right after, overall.
Oh yeah.
Then right after overall, my routine.
They were like, whatever. This guy doesn't, and just get up there. It doesn't matter.
Literally stayed on stage for a solid 12 minutes posing the whole time.
Just
Yeah, it was rough.
sweating. Yeah, I think Jesse looked pretty good. I think he'll continue. Maybe not. Maybe he'll continue to do shows.
I don't know. We'll see.
I think
I
if
know
he does a real prep.
I know for a fact he's not going to be natural forever.
No,
There's no way.
that if there's something I'll agree with Nick on, it's that you can get. I'll say this: you can get into bodybuilding naturally, obviously, but to be competitive, yeah, you're gonna have to juice.
Yeah, if you
sorry.
want to go to the IFBB and you want to have a competitive physique, yes, you have to take some sort of PED.
Yes,
It may not be much. It may not be as much as everyone else.
Exactly.
But sometimes less is more. And
even my coach said that. He did a story. He's like, it's actually live right now. He even said he's like a lot of these guys who take these crazy amounts of PEDs just to look meh. It's like, I don't understand. He's like, you have terrible coaching.
Yep.
And you just don't know what you're doing.
Yeah, it's a lot of
or he's
misinformation
like,
and
your
lack
gears
of education.
bunk. Or
probably that too. There's a lot of that going on.
Yeah. So it's like, I get what Nick's saying, but it's like, you don't need it. But to stay in it and be competitive, yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with him on that, because that's rough. That's rough on your body naturally. That's rough on your body unnaturally, or enhanced.
Yeah.
It's like I said, your body's not supposed to look like this all the time.
Nope.
And these guys, especially like Tristan Lee, Alex Eubank, the guys, and now Tristan Lee is obviously the one-off of like, he's so lean, it's got to be uncomfortable. Like, he's got to be so uncomfortable and cold, and just, he can, like, I don't care. Like, and it's like, has he gotten bigger over the years? Yes, but at the same time, he's not going to ever get big.
No.
Because I watched that guy do his diet breakdown, and I was like, where's the rice? Where's
some carbs at, man? Where's some energy?
Yeah, I was like, he's got to be just like, hello.
He honestly, he doesn't seem like every time I've ever seen him on video, it doesn't seem like he has much energy.
I was like, imagine that guy eating a pizza once.
He just probably have veins.
Oh, he'd probably explode.
His
Actually,
muscles would be so full.
His digestion system is so keen to what he's eating right now, he'd probably just vomit.
Yeah, probably so.
But anyways, Jesse, I think he looked pretty good.
He looked good. Very good.
I hope he does do another show with a real time prep, because I think he could definitely do, because it was like, he's definitely, like I said, he's aesthetic, he's got the physique to be good.
This is just a note for you, but we definitely have to bring a topic up in one of our next episodes about a video he just recently made. He got girls from Alphaland to rate his physique. But
I did see that. Yeah.
Did you watch the video?
I didn't watch the video. I saw his Instagram highlight.
You should watch the video, because it just proves how delusional people are. And I'm saying people because I don't want to say women, because it's not just women.
Trying to be hateful here.
Well, it's true. It's not just women. It's men too.
No,
it's just people in general. So it's like it just shows you, like,
I've seen a couple of those where it's like, did you not hear what you just said?
Yeah,
it's just like you're going back and forth very quickly here.
Yeah, it was a very contradicting thing that they kept saying.
Yeah.
But anyways, we got to bring it up.
Anyways, Jesse, I think he looked pretty good, so we'll see what he looks like on the next show if he does it. So, jumping subjects. These are going to kind of be quicker ones, just because we're back on our first back episode again. But the 35th annual Arnold Classic is getting quite a bit of hate right now, because they are getting rid of some divisions, and people are just a little bit like, what the heck are y'all doing about it?
Some people are like okay with it.
Yeah.
Which baffles me, honestly, because I get what they're saying as far as like, hey, we don't, like, basically what it comes down to is money.
Yeah, and that's what I was going to say. It's like we can put more money to this.
They're trying to grow their event in one, but you have to realize where your event started and how it came from. Like, what you could do is put a little bit more effort into either enticing some of the, and I get like the money they want, what the whole thing is. Like, they want to be able to give bigger prizes for the categories that are growing.
Yeah.
I get it. I get that. But what you can do is make it a little bit more enticing by. Well, actually, I don't have a solution for that. So never mind.
We're just gonna talk this one out.
Yeah.
I don't know.
In some way, they could be creative in other areas instead of saying, "Hey, we're going to get rid of this division completely."
Yeah.
You see what I mean? Like
excluding certain like one of these.
Like, how is fitness still in there? That's the smallest division at any show.
Wait, fitness is in there?
Yeah, they're still doing fitness.
No. What?
Yeah.
I thought they were just doing. What? Are you sure?
I'm pretty positive because that was the first thing I was like, wait, you're getting rid of figure, but you're not. Oh wait, I think they're keeping figure. They're getting rid of women's physique, but they're not going to have and 212, but they're not going to get rid of fitness. Did you Google it?
All I can say.
I know they're not doing 212. I know they're not doing women's physique. I want to say. I know they're not doing women's bodybuilding.
So here is the well, according to this is the 2023 division announced.
Yes.
Women's physique, figure, and other divisions omitted.
Yep.
Wow.
Figure.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Women's physique, figure, and other divisions. Now, I've already seen some people be like, "Oh, this is a sexist thing. This is a whatever." And at some point, I see your argument, but at the other point, it
comes down to a business
go
and a
down. It's like,
money-making
where's
thing.
this money going? Who are we giving it to?
Yeah. It's just not enough competition there. So, like, for example,
I don't know. I think I'm a little bit out on this one.
So here's the thing. It's like I see where they're getting at. All right, we're giving away $100,000, and only 5 people enter it. What do they actually get out of that? Nothing.
So.
You see what I mean?
So this says August 16th, 2023, the official Arnold Sports Festival Instagram page released ticket information for the next year's event. The organization also published a list of 7 bodybuilding divisions that will
7 get eliminated.
No, that will be for supremacy at the Classic, at the Arnold Classic, including Arnold Classic Men's Open, Fitness, Classic Physique, Men's Physique, Bikini, Wellness, Pro Wheelchair.
I'm not going to say that. Jesus, man. So you're going to keep fitness.
Divisions excluded from the 2023 Classic is 212. Don't know why they're getting rid of 212. That's kind of baffling. That's a great division.
Yes.
Women's physique, women's bodybuilding, and figure international. Okay.
Figure's always a big class, man. I don't get that one.
Figure international. Well,
how do you still have fitness and not figure?
And I've already seen some people be like, "You kept men's physique, but not 212." It's like,
okay, that one's stupid.
I was like, men's physique is way bigger, in my opinion, in 212 as far as like competitors.
Let's break it down to a business standpoint. Men's physique brings a lot more money than 212 does.
Yes.
Bottom line.
It does.
I don't care what you think about it, what you think about being in board shorts, they don't show their whole body, any of that BS. It does not bring, 212 does not bring as much money as men's physique.
Yeah.
But
men's physique
I still agree with you. They shouldn't get away with 212.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
212 is a great division.
I don't disagree in that it's not a great division. But if you are going to eliminate one or the other, of course you're going to eliminate the one that doesn't bring you as much money.
Yeah.
Which sucks.
I don't really understand the point of. I mean, yeah, it comes down to it. I mean, I know we can say, "Oh, we don't understand the point," but it's got to be just 100% money.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if they've even released an official statement or anything, but it's got to be. Yeah, we just want to give more money to these groups and not these. And it's like, okay, it's your thing. You can do what you want.
Yeah, I started watching a video the other day about it, and with Nick Strength and Power, and he was explaining a little bit, but he was saying he knows the owner, or what was it, the promoter of Arnold Sports Festival and Arnold Classic, and he was saying like he kind of understands it from the money standpoint. So
Yeah.
it makes sense. But anyways,
Well, we just wanted to bring that up because
Yeah.
I mean, it's been in the news for just for a short stint, but it's very just like just kind of like, whoa, why is this
I don't
happening
understand
now?
how they're keeping fitness though. Like, there's no way that brings in more money than any of the other categories.
I don't know. I've only
Wheelchair bodybuilding probably brings like triple the amount.
I don't think I've ever watched fitness.
I
I've watched fitness.
I actually did
I
last
watched
year.
what's her name? I forget the blonde girl's name.
Missy.
Maybe.
Yeah,
Maybe
her
that's
name's
Missy.
Missy.
She had the pigtails
Yeah.
or whatever.
The girl that won last year. I think her name's Missy.
I'd have to look her up. But regardless, yeah, it's just weird. It's like I get it from a money standpoint, but it's like, man, that's really sucky.
Yeah.
It's like, but hopefully more come out and it'll be, you know, I know it's one of those. I think it's one of those like shock and awe moments of like, wait, what? And it's just like it's stinging everybody. But then like, I think once it happens, or I don't know, maybe something else will come out better.
Missy Truscott.
Missy Trust. Yes.
Two-time
Yeah.
Arnold won Olympia.
I did watch hers, and she's like, that girl's crazy.
Yep.
But hopefully this, I don't know what they were gonna do with it, but hopefully this gives there's a better positive come out of this on the other end somehow. Don't know what it would be for
More
those
money.
divisions, but yeah. So
That's why Olympia's better.
yeah, even that's what I was gonna say. Somebody even said, "Is like, well, why do y'all take these divisions out? There's no point in me coming to the Arnold. I'll just go to the Olympia."
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, I guess I kind of understand your point, but yeah, that's just kind of, I don't know. But anyways, that's the Arnold. So hopefully we can get some more information about that. But
Might
now,
still try to go though, because I've always wanted to go.
yeah, that'd be.
And my
that'd be
favorite
super-
categories are still competing.
That'd be
so.
super fun. Last subject for today, and it is a absolute doozy and a half, is Mr. Andrew Jacked. Holy moly. Is this guy
So
blowing the scene apart right now?
Jared's a bigger fan of Andrew Jack than I am.
Well, I mean, like, you got to give him his. You got to
But I
give him.
will
his-
say-
you got to respect the guy.
He called it. He sent me a video and he was like, "This guy's gonna blow away." This
I did. I was like,
show, yeah.
I know, because everyone and every time somebody brings something about it, it's like, oh, I remember watching Andrew Jacked in Larry Wills' videos, and I even said, I was like, who the heck is this other dude
Yeah.
standing next to Larry who looks
Well,
like a freak of nature?
My thing is, I just wanted to see him. I didn't want to say anything because I had never seen him on stage before, so I wanted to see him next to these guys. But once he did, the wow factor was just like, whoa. And then his conditioning it wasn't spot on. Could have been a little better.
Well, he even said he was 80%.
Why would you come in at 80%?
He won.
But why would you come in at 80%?
Well, I guess he was that confident.
Well, at least he won. He was still good enough
Because
to win.
Farah even said, he's like, yeah, he's about 80%. And I was just like, this is 80%. This is most bodybuilders 100.
He could. Well, I mean, that's what I'm saying. He had room for improvement. But with that being said, he still looked insane.
Oh, yeah.
And
He's granted for him, he's super tall.
And won. What I do not agree with in that show was Courage winning. That guy that was in second definitely should have won. In Classic.
Oh.
Yeah.
I guess that's just kind of.
Yeah. But Andrew, yeah, he looked crazy.
Andrew.
The top 10 open this year is going to be just a toss-up, man. Like, there's so many different types, which makes it really interesting. It's not just like three people that look alike that but there's so many different types of physiques.
I may catch some flack, and some people may just be on the hype train with me as well. I think he's going to be 100%. He's a top 10 guy. I don't care what anybody says.
Not going to argue with that.
He's a top 10 guy. Is he a top 6 guy?
That's
it's going to be if he comes in dialed, I say yes. If he comes in 100%, him and his like I said, I'm pretty sure his coach is George Farah.
I don't know.
Or at least I remember seeing a video with Farah looking at him or something or other. I'd have to let me double check.
I don't know the answer to that one.
Let me double check. Yeah. A few hours to finals with George. Yeah, the guru. Yeah.
Gotcha.
So, if he comes in peeled down, like they're saying he will be because he was like, he's at 80%. He still was diced. If he comes in like this at 6, I think he's 6'2", and he's like 280 on
he's
stage.
6'2". Yep.
Like 280 on stage.
It's insane.
And he's aesthetic. He's got a very small waist. You would almost think he was classic at your first glance. He's like, wow, he's got a very like X-frame, very aesthetic physique. Like, he doesn't seem blocky. He's just very full and very round. And here, you know what's the crazy part? And I want to say even I want to say it was either Nick Strength and Power or it was it may have been Greg. Andrew Jack has only been on gear for, I think, less than 3 years.
I believe that. Just got crazy genetics.
The best.
Yeah.
To be naturally that big and you're only been doing maybe a few cycles.
Yeah.
It's not like I would doubt this guy's been blasting.
For 3 years.
But, yeah. But to be this good, this quick, and to come and win a show, the show wasn't necessarily stacked beyond belief, but it had some good competition. I mean, he was standing next to George. He was standing next to Steve Kuklo, and if we know correct, Steve Kuklo is not a small guy.
No, he's not small.
He is huge,
big guy,
and he was. I wouldn't say he was dwarfing him, but he was definitely like, whoa, who is this guy?
Yeah,
like he was everyone, at least from like the videos I've seen, it was like everyone's eyes just like, dude, this guy looks insane.
Yeah, the wow factor he brought was pretty insane. So
yeah, and I'm calling this now. So hopefully I don't eat my words. If he comes in dialed, I say he's top 6.
I'm gonna say this now: Big Rami's not gonna win this year. You
think? His last update was very impressive.
Yeah, it looked the same.
I mean, how much more can you do?
That's what I'm saying. But he looks just. I don't see him winning this year. If he comes in if he comes
slightly off,
if he comes in like he did last year, he's not winning.
No, and I think we even talked about that. He's like, his conditioning was way better in 2020.
The first year he won, that's the best he's looked.
2021, whatever year.
2020 is the first year he won, and that's the best he's ever looked.
Yeah, and that was like, whoa.
Yeah.
And last year I was like, oh, he still looked very good, but it almost looked like he spilled slightly, or like he was a little bit softer in his legs.
I don't know. He probably just wanted
overall.
He probably just wanted to come in a little bit more bubbly.
It's like, you don't need to.
Yeah.
You have all the muscle in the world. You
peeled.
literally are the biggest on stage. You don't need more muscle.
He may not be the biggest on stage anymore.
Yeah.
We'll see.
But regardless, Andrew Jack is definitely one to put on your wild card list of just,
hey, Blessing.
Hey,
shut up.
Put some people down. No, I think Blessing will still do very.
But
I think he'll still do very well.
He talks too much, though.
Well, I mean, that's kind of his personality.
Shut up and show up. And
that's his personality. Yeah. I think he's going to end up doing. I think Blessing is going to be a top 10 guy.
No, I don't think so.
I think he'll be. If he still has a wow factor.
He's small, dude.
He still has a wow factor.
Not really. He's like a 50.
Not.
He's like a 50-pound less version of Andrew Jack.
That is true, but he's still got.
He's not going to have a wow factor standing next to Andrew Jack.
He's got the crazy small waist to be as big as he is.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying.
I still think top 10. Maybe when I say top 10, 10, maybe 9 if somebody comes off.
We'll see. I don't see him top 10.
Andrew Jack, I could definitely see it. Like especially if he comes in diced, because
absolutely.
He's big, so his presence automatically makes you go, jeez.
Look right at him.
Yeah, it's like, look how much taller and bigger this guy is compared to everyone.
Yep.
To fill out, I mean, what are you, 6'4"?
4, yeah.
6'4". How long you been working like bodybuilding? Almost 5 years?
7 years.
7 years? No offense to him. It's like, look at him.
Yeah, I still got.
There's a ton.
I could gain. I mean, if you're like comparing me to Andrew Jack and he's 280 on stage, I would literally have to be like 300 plus.
Yeah.
To look anywhere close.
And then
to
on that,
stage,
you would have to just go to open.
Yeah, well, absolutely.
That's what I'm saying is like, you even have like so much room to fill out. It's like he's 6'2" and he's filled out this much.
Yeah.
That's crazy that he's that big. But yeah. But yeah, I think that's going to do it for, I think we're going to call it there. We're just hopping right back in. We're not even going to sugarcoat this stuff anymore. It's going to be.
Got a new set. It's going to improve.
Yeah, we've got some more stuff. We got some more stuff coming. Nice little coffee table. But we are so pumped. Like I said, we're so pumped to be back. We're excited and definitely going to be having weekly episodes as we can. We will. Put it that way.
We got to get another mic so we can bring a guest on.
Yeah, we're going to have guests coming up in probably this month. Having our first guest, and we'll drop some hints on that. And
Christian Simmons.
But yeah, probably Christian Simmons and then
There's your hint.
and then Jason A. Berry on here.
He cannot wait to get on here. I don't know why he's so excited.
And then honestly,
wouldn't say anything.
You know who I kind of want on the show?
Matt Grego.
I would love to have Matt on the show. Heck yeah. But I've got super heavyweight
Max Jones. Yeah,
super heavyweight Max Jones.
Yeah,
I see him all the time.
So if you live in Mobile, you know who Max Jones is.
Yeah,
it's just,
you're gonna have to.
We're gonna have to.
You're gonna have to sit here. I'm gonna have to sit on the floor because he can't fit in that couch by himself. But anyways, yeah, we want to say we're very happy to be back, and it's super nice to have a new set, and it's gonna improve, and we're gonna have some new guests on here. Or we're going to have guests, period, on here. Guys, we want to say thank you very much. Sorry for the gap in our presence and whatever. Not that we're, like, super famous or anything, but...
I'm sure you missed us. We know you've been waiting. We've seen the millions of comments you've left.
Yes.
Where's the Call Me Natty podcast?
Where's the people I can absolutely call, these people are dumb. Of course, another person don't need a podcast. But, we love haters and we love
we
fans.
love all your
comments
we love
and
likes and dislikes.
Because we want to talk about it. It's bodybuilding. Yeah. It's controversial and it's opinion based and it's all it is. So
yep.
But anyways, thank you guys very much for our comeback episode.
Yep, comeback episode.
I guess we can call it that.
That's the title.
So we will see you on the next one. And remember, stay natty.
Stay natty.
Peace.